The Pan American Highway. It stretches from South America all the way up to northern Alaska, almost 20,000 miles from start to finish. That's like your long-term business growth goals. You know where you are now, bottom of South America, and you want to get all the way to the top of Alaska. Well, how are you going to achieve that? And that's where I come in. I can help you in several ways. Number one, and we're going to use this long trip, this Pan American Highway trip, as an example for your business growth. What do you want to achieve specifically? All right, you want to get from South America to the top of Alaska. All right, what's your time frame? When do you want to accomplish this? How long do you want it to take? You can do 20,000 miles as fast as possible. It's not likely though. What's your time frame? Number three, who are you going to do it with? It's really important that you know what crew you have, because they've got to be on board. They've got to be bought in. This is a long, extended process. There's a lot of steps to it. And then four, you got to look at why. Why do you want to achieve this? This is your motivation. This is like fuel in your gas tank that you're going to have to keep refueling multiple times throughout this process to keep going. You got to know why. That's your fuel. All right, now you've identified those four things. What's next? The vehicle that's going to make the trip. That's your business. You could be a high-achieving solopreneur. You could be an entrepreneurial business owner with an established business. Whatever your role in life currently is, you've got to have a detailed plan. Not every single step along the way, no, but you need to know point A to point B, those things I talked about, those four things: who, with whom, when, why, and what specifically. Then you've got to see if your vehicle, your business, is ready for the trip. This is a long trip, 20,000 miles. How is your vehicle, your business, prepared for that growth? So after you've answered those four key questions, then you've got to look at, how is my business prepared for this journey? And we're going to look at 7 key areas of your business. We're going to lift the hood. We're going to look at all the parts of the vehicle to make sure, see, before you ever start going down the highway, you got to make sure you're ready. Along with that, you've got to know, what are your milestones? What are measurable progress? You can't stay engaged with your long-term goal if it's Alaska or bust. You've got to have milestones along the way to know that you're making measurable progress, not just forward progress, but measurable from where you started to where you want to go in the time frame that you want to achieve it. You've got to be able to measure that. And you've got to have a GPS. And that's where I come in. You've got to have someone who understands where you want to go from where you started, those details we talked about. You got to answer those 4 questions. Someone that's going to look at your vehicle to see if it's prepared. And then once you start rolling down the road towards those goals, then you've got to look at, how am I prepared? How do I need to adjust to stay on track with the long-term goal that I have and hit the milestones along the way? That's a GPS. And that's how I can help. My experience has been that people who are really high achievers are excellent at working in their business, but they have a difficult time working on it. And it's very helpful to partner with an entrepreneurial person that can help them identify these things. Look at their vehicle with them. Here's where your business is, and here's what it's going to take to get it from the bottom of South America to the top of North America. So I'd love to talk with you about that. What your goals are, not just for 2025, but 3 to 5 years out. What are your long-term goals? And then how can I help you put next best steps in place? And how can I identify where you're best prepared for growth, where your vehicle is ready, and where it might need some tune-ups and adjustments before you hit the road and as you start going down the road? I can help you with that. Click on the link in this post, schedule 15 minutes. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to go, and then explore how I can help you. At the very least, let's do a growth strategy session. Let's do a half day, full day, where I sit down with you and we map this out. You have a clear game plan. And maybe that's the first time you've done that, but at least you'll have a clear game plan. And whether you work with me or somebody else, or you do it yourself, at least you have a detailed game plan. I would love to help you achieve the growth goals you have for 2025 and beyond. So let's talk.